Whether you're buying or selling your home, the brokers of Me Realty will work with you to get the deal done. As one of Central Illinois' top producing offices for decades, Me Realty has the experience to guide you through the process. You want results? Call the brokers of Me Realty at 217-735-5424, stop by the office at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, or check out local listings online at merealty.com.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Cole Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm Agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
Street in Lincoln and online at merealty.com.
Good morning, sports fans. Welcome to the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM, broadcasting live downtown Lincoln for Balloons Over 66 and a little barbecue cook-off this morning. Scott Kirby, Jim Ash, Lloyd Kirby with you this morning, waiting on Joe Ryan. But joining us now is Shane Alley, a judge in the barbecue contest. Good morning, Shane.
Good morning.
Just pulled you from the crowd, you're more than willing to come on and talk about what's going on. Looks like you had a pretty good turnout this morning. We talked to a couple of guys that drove by. Have more people here than they realized as far as the competitors.
I think the last count was 30, and that was a couple of days ago. A gentleman that's on the committee, his name is Frank Bromwell. Him and I drive together to other barbecue events and judge them, and we were talking about this, and he said it's going to be a great turnout.
So you're a certified, what's the technical term?
I'm a certified master barbecue judge.
That sounds pretty good.
It feels good, too.
Yeah. A certified master barbecue
that's
judge.
Right, yeah.
So that's something that you don't just get into. You have to go to maybe start out small, something like this, and build your way up to bigger competitions.
So what happens is you have to take a class. Mm-hmm. They literally teach you how to taste. And it doesn't sound hard, and if you take it seriously, it's not hard, but you really have to pay attention. You really do. At every single bite, you really got to analyze it and then move on.
So you're looking for, obviously, texture and taste, presentation. Everybody has a different palate. Everybody's going to enjoy one rib to the next. What are you looking for in that perfect rib?
So with the kind of judging we do, it isn't it isn't comparison, okay? Mm-hmm. So you have 6 entries. Sometimes you have 7, sometimes you have 5, depending on the amount of cooks and the amount of judges. So it's not comparison. You judge that meat for what it's for, you move on, you forget about it and go to the next one, and you score each one that way. You don't compare one to the other. And so what happens is when you do judge a piece of meat, I look for a well-balanced flavoring. So you obviously want to taste the meat because that's what's being presented to you. So let's say it's ribs. So you want to taste the pork in that rib, okay? Well-balanced with the smoke, the seasonings they use, or any kind of sauce they put on it. So if that's a well-balanced, flavorful piece of meat and it's tender to the point where it stays juicy when you go to swallow it, that's a 9.
What is the perfect texture of a rib? You know, some people like it falling off the bone. Other people like when you bite it, you leave that bite indentation in the meat and it stays on the bone.
Absolutely. So now we're talking competition, all right? So this may be backyard, but it's the level of the Master Series. That's what they want to perfect, is what they're doing. So either one that they can move up and go to the Masters because they perfected that tenderness. So on a rib, let's take a rib for example. A good tender rib is the bone shouldn't be sticking out, but maybe 1/4 of an inch to a 1/2 inch at the most on one end. If it's any further than that, that's an indication that it potentially could be dry. Now, I have had ribs that when you bite into it and the meat does come off, but barely, and it's still tender. But if it does fall off the bone, that does indicate that it is somewhat overcooked. It could potentially be dry. And what you look for too is when you take that bite on a really good moist rib, you take that bite, you get the bite indentation all the way to the bone, and that bone should be brown. And when air starts to hit it, you could almost see it start to almost kind of turn white because that's it's drying out. And that's an indication too, is if the bones are sticking out on the end and they're white, there's no moisture in that bone. So you can kind of count on it being kind of
well, I think I'm overcooking
dry.
mine, Jim, because they fall off the bone. You can't even pick them up off the grill, and it just... So,
now, I will say, whenever, and I hate doing it, and I honestly don't do it anymore. If we're over a friend's house and they're like, "Hey, judge my chicken or judge this," I'm like, "No, you don't want me to do that," because what I do is different than what you do. What I judge is different than how you cook. You cook it the way you like it, and always do that. Don't. I mean, unless if you want that advice, man, I'll give it to you. I mean, and it's honest, and it may sound brutal, but it will get you to that next level if that's what you're looking for.
Right. You're not going to get any better if you don't have constructive criticism.
Don't ever ask family or friends.
Right. Well, you're not going to be judging mine because you'll be like, that dog food better than this. But yeah, but these guys here, some of them may own a business where they do this in their hometown, but to get them all out here in the same place and to be judged, and I think a lot of these people probably travel around and know each other from different competitions, and it's nice just to get them downtown Lincoln and see what they got.
This is, I go around a lot of places and judge, and this is a good home feel. The downtown Lincoln area gives that, well, I'm home. This is my town. I feel comfortable here. Everybody here is so open to talk to, so easy to approach. And you're right, there's a lot of these competitors that travel the same circuit, judge, or they cook at the same spots, and become friends. And it's like I hate using that cliche, it's like a family thing, but it really is. There for a while, we had like four or five of the Master Series cooks. They all kind of went to all the big, huge events, and they all kind of traveled together because they knew each other. They kind of got placed in the same spots to where they're either across the street from each other or right beside. But yeah, it's they all travel together and they cook at the same spots. They're good friends and they help each other too. That's another thing too. What I found amazing is when I was on this committee, a lot of these some of these cooks, they may have forgot a drop cord. They may have forgotten a water hose, and your neighbor's like, here, use mine. Or here, you can, plug, I'll give you whatever you need. That's the beauty of doing this, is because it's a competition, but they're there to help each other out.
Yeah, well, let's go through the judging process here real quick. Is it ribs and chicken today, or what is it today?
It's chicken and ribs, and chicken is always the first to come, and then ribs.
Okay.
And that's the backyard. That's the backyard itself.
Chicken's probably a tough piece of meat to cook, isn't it? I mean, because you could really dry that piece out easily.
Well, that depends on what you enter. So 99.9% of the time, it's a thigh.
A thigh?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And the reason for that is that thigh is really forgiving because, one, it has the bone in it. Two, the skin, although we all shave the fat off the skin to make it bite through, but that allows that moisture to stay encapsulated inside that meat.
I think we had you on a while back. You did a how to cook a chicken thigh on YouTube.
Yeah,
on
skinning, shaving that fat off, making it paper thin and still looking pretty.
It's a little crispy.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
So chicken's the first to go. Mm-hmm. They box it up. Mm-hmm. Presentation's a thing too.
Absolutely. So your eyes are the first thing that see your meal. Even before you taste it, you look at it and you're like, man, I'm going to dive right into that, or that looks horrible. That's the first thing. I mean, that's where your appetite starts, is looking at it, okay? Well, obviously smelling it too, but when you see it, that's when it triggers. So when they present that box to you, what you look for is every single piece that's entered is symmetrical. You want it to each piece look identical to each other. And let's take chicken, since we're talking about it. You want each piece to be, regardless of the shape of it that it is, you want each one to be the same shape, okay? Because that's what you're looking for, is symmetrical, and you judge that. And you look for it being done, the color of the meat. If it looks like a loaf of bread, like golden brown on top, and some leave it dry. Some put, what they do is they call the dunk. They dunk it in there and let it drain. It just looks like they painted it on there. It's just so beautiful. I hate saying it like that, but it's just so amazing. I'm telling you what, it's a beautiful thing.
So we go from chicken, that's the first one that's judged, and then you move on to ribs, and probably the same.
Same way. Yep. So the ribs are generally 99.9% of the time, they are a St. Louis cut. Some do baby back, which is fine too, but the baby back rib tends to, there's a fine line between being overdone and not. That line there is not very forgiving, because there's not a lot of give on a baby back rib. There's not a whole lot of fat marbled through that meat like a St. Louis cut. That's why a lot of your competitors use that, because it's a little forgiving, but at the same time, it almost looks better in a box with the St. Louis cut, because they're long, they're straight, and they cut it to where these guys are professional. I honestly, I'm still trying to learn how they cut that rib to where there's no edges on it. It's just cut. Just sliced. It's beautiful.
I've never been able to do that either. And joining us now is Joe Ryan.
I saw two good-looking guys.
Welcome to the show, Joe.
Those guys right over there?
Yeah. Oh, hey. All right.
Got a dog fight. Come here.
That's part of the show.
And now it's a show. The dog fight starts. I got the one that's
don't move.
A little crisp.
And Archie, you're probably losing that battle.
Yeah, he's not very tough.
Yeah. Well, Joe, we're talking barbecue right now. Barbecue cook-off. This is Shane Alley. He's a judge today.
He's who?
Shane Alley. You don't know Shane?
No. Are you from Lincoln, or where?
I am from Lincoln. Yeah.
I thought they may have brought you in from some southern state that knows barbecue. I saw Shane yesterday. He had his boat in the driveway, all looking cool. You know what? And the funny part about it was, I started laughing, was that you're up in that boat messing with stuff, and I know what you're listening to, and it's My Sharona. Am I
You heard that?
correct?
That is absolutely correct.
Yes. You had My Sharona going, and I said, look,
What?
at him, he's in 1985.
Well, so
That's not his genre of music.
so what
Crystal
I did
must have been helping.
for a change on my Pandora station, I got one-hit wonders, and that was one of them. And it's a great station. You got to hear it. It's some
Yeah,
of
I
it's
heard
good.
you up there. You got a little wiggle going to you.
That
My
might have been the
Sharona.
boat.
We may want to
moving.
play that today for the fans out there.
That's a great song.
Yeah. So we're just
stuff.
talking about judging. Shane is judging today. How many judges are there?
So you need one judge per team.
One judge per team.
Yes. That's how it works. There's six judges at a table, and you have a table captain that keeps all the judges in line. Well, what they do is a table captain does the presentation. He goes around and he opens the show box to each judge, and they judge, and he does all six entries, all six boxes, and then another part of his job is to make sure that the judges fill out the scorecards correctly, make sure everything is legible, they've signed it, because that's definitely an important thing is that judge has to sign his name and put their judging number on there. So, yes.
Hey, look at this guy.
Look at
Goes
there.
anywhere he wants because he's got a Jeep.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
How'd they
Poncho.
do that, man?
Anywhere he wants.
Is he the commissioner?
He's the Ghostbuster.
I know one thing. I bet he's not listening to My Sharona.
Probably not. He might be listening to the Spice Girls or something.
Well, you just want to have fun. I'm not moving.
Uh-oh. Well, I'm glad I grabbed the
Oh, we got a
I'm not moving.
little technical difficulties there. Don't
hot
move.
mic. Hot mic.
Yeah, there.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, there we go. Nope.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh, there you go. Almost.
Nobody move.
Yep. Don't breathe.
Don't breathe. So you probably leave these events full, not hungry.
I leave.
Yeah, hold on.
Okay.
Here, come over here, Joe. Here, I can send them down here. Here, try that one.
Come here.
Boy, your dog's just
Well, yeah, I don't understand what's going on. Hey, sit down. Get over
causing
here and
some
shake.
ruckus down here, Joe. You got to leave that thing at home.
He's scared of squirrels. He wants to fight dogs.
Are you going to enter him into Doc Dogs today?
We're going to check it out. I think that's why he's a little upset about it. He thinks he should have been rated higher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, if he jumps like his owner, he'd be lucky to make the water.
He can get up.
He can get up?
Yeah.
All right. Well, Shane, thanks for taking some time to stop by. And, you know, it's always interesting to see these guys down here and what they have to offer. Unfortunately, we don't get to judge, you know, and we'd like to taste all that too, wouldn't we, Joe?
Can't you go over there and grab something and bring it back for us?
The problem is it probably wouldn't make it back.
You're a pretty tough guy.
Yeah, I mean, he's stingy with his food judging.
I'm saying I'm hungry right now, and I made a point to be hungry. So, yeah, I'm going to give 100% of my attention to what I'm doing today.
We understand.
So that starts
Understand how it
starts at judging starts at noon.
Correct.
All right.
Yep.
Well, thanks for stopping by. Have fun today, and don't get too full, and you know, enjoy it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks for having me.
All right, we're going to take a
gentlemen.
commercial break. Next, we're going to have Coach Sikowski. He's going to call in, and we're going to talk about the upcoming football season for the Lincoln Community High School Railer football team. So stay tuned. You're in the cheap seats, WLCN 96.3 FM.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm Agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
This is Tom McCarthy for the Philadelphia Phillies, and you're listening to Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM with Joe, Jake, and Shabadoo.
to the Cheap Seats on WLCN 96.3 FM, broadcasting live downtown Lincoln. We got barbecue, we got dock dogs, we got balloons, and we got Joe Ryan.
I tell you what, we got some fun going on down here. It smells good.
And we also,
Let's eat.
on the air, we have Coach Silkowski. Coach, you with us?
I'm here. Good morning, guys.
Good morning, Coach. It's been a while since we've talked to you, and just like that, another football season is amongst us. Last night, you guys traveled to Pleasant Plains for, I guess they're calling it a week zero game, which kind of just like a little scrimmage. Tell us a little bit about last night, Coach. What took place and how you're feeling about your team early in the season.
Yes. So this winter, the IHSA approved this week zero scrimmage game with opposing teams, which I was a huge fan of. I think it's really, really good for high school football, especially a program our size. You know, you try to do your meet the railers type game, and sometimes it's hard to match your kids up evenly and stuff. So to make it really competitive. So I think this allowed for that. It was a really structured series of 12 plays. I thought our kids played really, really well. I thought it was really good for our young guys to get that kind of that experience under their belt and kind of the feel of a game day atmosphere. And same with the varsity guys. It was good to kind of get that routine in. I really like that we went on the road for this one to kind of get that, that practice of traveling, getting off the bus, waiting to play, and those things. And our kids did really, really well. Saw some really good things out of guys at both levels last night. And they had a kicking competition at like the intermission between the two level scrimmages, which was really cool. Our kickers kicked very, very well. So it was really cool.
Well, it also helps the coaching staff too, just to see where your kids are at, early, before these, let's face it, before the season starts, you don't really know what you're going to get. And to have this, it kind of gives you a little bit of an idea. I don't know how much you guys really got out of it, but a little bit idea of, what your kids are capable to do. And you're turning over almost a whole new roster. Lost a lot of seniors from last year, a lot of speed, and you got some kids filling in to positions where they may have never played before. And for that, get that in last night before you open up a game that counts, that's pretty neat.
Yeah, it was awesome. That over the summer, too, because last year they implemented that you're allowed to do 11-on-11 scrimmages. So, we had some of that over the summer as well. But, with those, too, it's summertime. So sometimes some kids are on vacation or whatnot, so you don't necessarily get everybody. But, last night was that kind of like the first night we had everybody together. And, we kept things vanilla, of course. Like we knew our week one opponent was in the stands. We kind of had heard that they were going to be there, and we did in fact see them. So you kind of got to keep something close to the chest in that regard. It was really cool.
Your week one opponent, Lanphier. I think they just got a new coach, didn't they?
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I don't really know the exact story behind that. I've heard some rumors and some things from other coaches in the conference there, but I don't really know exactly the whole story quite yet. Yeah, I'm sure in time I will.
Well, I know when Adam Ollie played, boy, he was one tough kid. I remember that.
Yeah. So I heard he was one heck of a player, for Lanphier. Then of course at Eastern Illinois. So I don't really know exactly, but they do have an interim head coach right now, and that's kind of scary. Not scary, but that's kind of something that can definitely motivate a team. I mean, you see it all the time at the college and professional ranks when a coach gets fired mid-season. Typically it sparks a fire in the team, and they kind of tend to play at a higher level for that guy. So that's something that we're definitely not going to overlook, and we will definitely take very seriously.
Well, the season opener next Friday at home against Lanphier. Coach, tell us a little bit about what type of team we have. I know when you lose the Carson brothers, you're losing some speed. You lose your quarterback and some other key issues, and now you got a whole not a whole different, but a lot of different position players that you got to fill in there. And one that might have shocked a lot of people is your quarterback. You got Tate Johnston, your quarterback this year, and playing middle linebacker.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, we do. That was probably a decision that was made, honestly, near the middle to end of last season. We had a good feeling that that's the route we were going to go, and it's strictly just based on that we feel Tate has a very, very good understanding of the game, and we felt that he's not going to put us in positions, risky positions. Like, we don't feel he's going to make an errant throw or try to force something. We feel that he's going to be very conservative with the ball and put us in positions to be successful. So that was kind of the decision behind that. And then obviously when you do that, he's been, a 4-year starter for us at linebacker. He started since the moment he walked in the door. So obviously you can't take somebody like that off the defensive side of the ball either.
No.
So we kind of know that, and we're going to do some things differently with our quarterback position throughout the year that we have not done before, just because of the skill set that Tate brings to that position. And we've done a good job, I feel, as a coaching staff of coaching up a backup quarterback. Dylan Stevens, Darren's younger brother, quarterback from last year, will serve as the backup quarterback. He's come a long way this summer. He had a really good summer for us. He's catching on to the playbook very well, and kind of making that jump from JV to varsity. We do things a little differently than at our JV level in some aspects, and he's done a really good job of adjusting to how we do things at our level. And has me ready as an overall team. I think it's going to, obviously we're still going to do some things that we've done the last couple of years offensively. That's just kind of who we are. But I think there's definitely going to be some wrinkles in there. I think as a team, I think it's if you've watched us this summer in any of our scrimmages, I think the biggest thing that stands out is I think this is the most physical team we've had in my 9 years here, without a doubt. These kids that we have now, they love to go out and hit people. They like it. If you watched last night, if you were there, I think the one thing that stood out was we have running backs right now, guys that are carrying the ball that look to seek out contact. They are looking to run you over. That's just kind of the mindset. And up front, if you watch our scrimmages, we had more pancake blocks and guys finishing blocks downfield and than I've ever seen in my 9 years here. It's been incredible. And, I credit a lot of that to the new strength and conditioning coach that our school hired back in November. I think he is instilling this fight attitude and this toughness in our kids that we haven't had before. And I give all the credit to him and just the attitude that he's instilling in our athletes here at Lincoln High School. I think he's doing a phenomenal job, and we are so fortunate to have him.
I saw Coach McFadden the other night. He told me that you're big, you got some size up front, and you have tough kids that want to get after. So you got to like that.
We do, and I think too. I'm really excited to get to watch our team play next Friday night. I think there's a lot of I think a lot of people outside the building, outside of our program, have a lot of questions about us, and our players have done a really good job of ignoring that noise. I think we know who we are, and I think when you lose an all-state running back like Keon Carson, he's hard to replace. That goes without saying. But I think our kids that have stepped up are ready to replace him and have their turn at it. And I'm really excited for it. I think that I think we have an opportunity to really surprise some people this year. I think we've flown under the radar this offseason, because you lose somebody like Keon and, Kanai and Darren and, a Joe Dom and, Evan and, it's some seniors that played some very, very big roles. And, I think these kids are ready to go. I think they're ready to earn the respect themselves too.
Yeah, coming off a playoff season, Coach, that's got to drive them a little bit more, as well. Wanting to get back there, had a little taste of it, and you just wanting more. So that's got to be a little extra oomph in the kids as well.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that definitely helped us. Our numbers are up. We're over 60 kids in our program this year, which we were about 55 to 58 last year. So we are up kids as well. We got quite a few sophomores out that did not play as freshmen. We got a senior that came out for the first time. So yeah, the kids are getting excited about Lincoln football again, which is awesome. Kids are wanting to come out and be a part of it. We're hoping to have some more success again this year to get, like you said, we had that taste for it. So hopefully, we have another successful season, and that keeps building, and we get even more kids to come out next year that want to be a part of it.
Absolutely. So we're getting close to having 3 levels again, maybe, possibly, or how many schools in the conference have
not a lot. I don't believe a lot in the CS8 are playing 3 levels. I think it's pretty still the 2 levels, but we have 19 freshmen playing football right now.
Good.
So that's good, and I know that the lower level, the 7th and 8th grade level, has really good numbers as well. So yeah, I mean it's in the possibility. I think the one thing we want to make sure we're avoiding, though, we would love to play 3 levels, obviously, but I think the number one thing is the player safety in that. Sure. We don't want kids playing 2 games in a week. If we can avoid that, we want to make sure that we're keeping their safety and longevity at the forefront of that decision.
No, absolutely. Just nice to get those. If those freshmen had those 9 games where they just played, that's a great experience. But I understand.
Oh, absolutely, it is. Yeah, we had an opportunity to do that last night. We played 12 series. Like, we played 12 plays on each side of the ball with strictly freshmen.
Oh, good.
Which was really cool. And we, right now, you can play 9 games with freshmen, but I think what you have to keep in mind is, we do play physical games, so there are bumps and bruises. Some kids miss some games, so you don't want to commit to 9 games and then you get to week 6 and you're canceling the rest, because then that obviously we don't want to do that to our opponent either. That's not fair to their kids either.
And then you're going the wrong direction. So yeah.
Correct. Yeah. Right. So we want to avoid that, and still give them an opportunity, but we feel really good about them. I think it's a talented freshman group. There's some kids. A lot of them haven't played football before, but they're learning. They're getting it. They're excited about it. They're having fun being here, and I think there's some kids in that group that there's a couple of that I think next year we'll see on the varsity level, and there's some kids that we're going to dress out this year at the freshman level. We got a kicker that's going to help out a little bit as a freshman. PAT holder could be a freshman this year, so we're definitely getting some of those kids involved as well right away.
Yeah, and you're and it's a home opener.
We're wearing camo jerseys. We've got a First Responders Bowl, so all first responders will be admitted free to the game. Xamus is bringing back the pregame tailgate.
Oh, good.
I know the cheerleaders and Palms girls are doing their kiddie clinic, and we're hoping to have youth night for the JFL as well that night. So, yeah, we want to make this a huge event, and really, we want to make sure we pack Hamlin Field and welcome this team out, and get out to a good start to the season.
Yep, good.
Well, Coach,
sounds exciting.
Yeah, it does, and it's good talking to you. And another season upon us, and we look forward to good things from Lincoln football this year. And we will talk to you next Saturday after the home opener against Lanphier Lions.
That's that home W.
Let's pack that place. This is an awesome team. This group of seniors is unbelievable. They are so fun to be around. They play with great intensity, with physicality, with great energy, and they're so fun to be around. They're fun to watch play this game, and I think if I strongly encourage anybody listening to make their way to Hamlin Field next Friday night, and I don't think you'll be disappointed. I think these kids are going to give you they're going to give you a show, and they're going to come out and they're going to play. They're going to play very, very well, and it'd be awesome to have as many people there as we can.
Absolutely, right. Coach. Good luck, and we'll talk to you next Saturday.
All right, thanks, guys. Have a good weekend.
Yeah, good talking to you. That's Coach Sokowski. Lincoln High School football is back, and next Friday,
it's around the corner,
home opener against Lanphier. We'll have all the live action here on WLCN 96.3 FM, and then we'll talk to Coach Sokowski Saturday morning about the game Friday night. So let's take another commercial break. We'll come back. We'll have more here on the Cheap Seats, WLCN 96.3 FM.
Culver's is a family restaurant. To me, that means being the place that puts a smile on everyone's face. We're famous for our cooked-to-order butter burgers and frozen custard made daily inside our restaurants. But we've always believed more menu options mean more ways to brighten your day. We source the finest chicken to bring you our tenders and chicken sandwiches. And our cheese curds. They're a Wisconsin tradition we're proud to share with you. So take the next meal shift off and let us take care of you. Welcome to Delicious.
Culver's, home of the Butterburger, 2530 Woodlawn Road in Lincoln. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center makes an impact locally and beyond through a wide range of events, ministries, and outreaches. Pastors Steve and Debbie Owens invite you to worship Sunday mornings at 10:30 and attend Wednesday night Bible studies at 6:30. Connect with FGEC online, follow them on Facebook, download their app, and visit their new website at myfgec.org with live YouTube video streams as well as recordings of services and special events. Full Gospel Evangelistic Center, 304 North McLean Street in Lincoln.
Brian Clark State Farm offers a range of insurance products to fit your unique needs and give you a peace of mind. Our dedicated team helps you find the perfect policy to safeguard your biggest investments. Brian Clark State Farm can steer you in the right direction on auto insurance, and we've got your home covered from natural disasters to unexpected accidents. Contact me, State Farm Agent Brian Clark, at 217-732-6211 or visit sfinsurelincoln.com. Go Railers!
This is Dave Kindred, and you're listening to Cheap Seats with Joe, Jake, Jim, Lloyd, and Scott on 96.3 FM, WLCN.
For the backyard barbecue cook-off, balloons over 66, and a lot of vendors set up here downtown. And joining us now is Michelle Bauer. Good morning.
Good morning.
Michelle, I'd like to ask the first question.
Yeah, Joe.
Why did you come over here and not bring food?
Because they are in the midst of competition this morning, so there is nothing that they are willing to give to us at this point until they know what they're going to use for turn-in. So once they plate for turn-in, then that's when they have the leftovers. That's when you find them and get the free good stuff.
But I believe with your credentials, backstage pass and everything, you could do it.
Yeah.
I mean, when we're done here, let's see what I can do.
Okay.
I'll see what
We're hungry now.
Well, you know, Joe's going to wander around until he gets some free food. So.
Oh, look at him talking.
That's the only time he shows.
My tradition for Saturday morning is biscuits and gravy at the arcade, because if I get it in my stomach early in the day and then get busy and you know,
can leave it alone.
See around 4 o'clock and go, oh, stink!
And
I haven't eaten today.
You just eat all
I'm good.
day.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
I am good. So.
Yeah. So tell us a little bit about what people can come down here and enjoy today.
All right. Well, this festival's got 4 or 5 different components to it in the downtown area. You've got the Art Institute, who's put on an art fair. So around the square on McLean Street and Broadway, you've got artists that will start being open, I want to say 10 to 5 today. So please come through that. We have a Porsche show that's coming in late afternoon that'll be around Latham Park. We'll have some kids kids bounce houses and some things going on there. I believe at 11 o'clock they are going to have what they consider a cold balloon So they'll have an old balloon envelope that they blow up cold and lay on the floor, on the ground, that the kids can walk through, which is really cool. The library has their bucket bag sale today. So if you go into the library and go down into like the basement annex area, all the books they have down there, you can fill a bag and take it home for $1.
Oh, wow.
Food vendors are starting
Not
now.
till my wife.
Food vendors are starting now. They run, most of them running from now until about 8 o'clock this evening. Some of them even run till 10. I got myself a cruller fry at about 11:30 p.m. last night, so they were still rolling. You've got Mexican, we've got pizza, we've got donuts, you've got shaved ice, you have bubble tea and French fries, and smash burgers, then crab meat rangoon nachos. Amazing. Amigos Tacos, which is a local Amigos World, whose local vendors got those, which are pretty good. They sold out.
Where do we get those?
At Amigos World, they sold out pretty quick.
So does
yesterday.
Amigos have a thing over here? We got to go around the corner too.
They're over around the corner. So all of the food vendors, with the exception of a few that are stacked over here by Doc Dogs, are over on Kickapoo Street. Doc Dogs runs competitions on and off all day long, and like I said, competition barbecue for the backyard is happening. Turn-in, I believe, is around 2 or 3 o'clock, and then awards are announced somewhere between 4 and 5. So it smells heavenly down here. Yes, the Oasis is out at the Oasis. There is a vendor fair, usually somewhere between 30 and 40.
I saw them all when I was coming in.
Vendors out there. So yeah, it's great out there, and they also do a fried chicken like drive-through fundraiser for them. So if you want to go eat your lunch down here before you come uptown, you can support the local Oasis.
What time's fried chicken?
I believe it's lunchtime, 11 o'clock. So
wow.
Yeah, so it's just awesome. We have bands. My portion of the evening is kind of doesn't start until later in the evening, but we have Silas Taki, who's going to come down here and play acoustic in the afternoon to entertain everybody, and then
he's very good.
He's very good.
Yeah,
if you're local, you've seen him play several times at Spirited. He does our open mic nights on Thursday, and then at 7 o'clock we start with Stereotypical, and they will play to 11. You have 4 or 5 different alcohol establishments that are in the downtown area that can serve everything from craft beer and wine all the way to your domestics. And Rusty Rail yesterday was doing some really cool cocktails with glow-up light ice cubes, which were hilarious.
Nice.
So yeah, it's just a really fun night to be downtown. The weather's going to be beautiful today. As far as the balloons are concerned, I feel like I've been talking for 25 minutes, but as far as the balloons are concerned, they will.
It's not like you haven't done that before.
They will go at 6 o'clock from Open Arms. They will, which is the old Lincoln Christian University campus. They will take off from there. They will land. Their crews will trek them back to Open Arms, and they will glow there between 8 and 9 o'clock when they get all set up. And it should be a great day.
Did we have enough? Let's talk about the technical parts.
Sure.
Did we have enough volunteers to take care of the balloons themselves?
Yeah, I think I'm pretty sure that Seth and his group were able to go ahead and get a crew for just about every balloon that comes. So usually if you crew on Friday, the expectation is that you'll crew for them again on Saturday, and if you can't, that you'll find that balloonist a crew for Saturday. So most of the people that flew yesterday are going to utilize the same crew or portion of the same crew again today.
It looked so cool last night when they were all going across there.
And we didn't even see all of them come across last night. We only saw like 16 or something of the 30 plus. So it's pretty great. This morning they had really high wind speeds, really high up, so we didn't have quite as many go up this morning. Some of your experienced pilots were willing to take it up, but they didn't want to get all 30 up at the same time with the wind speeds as high as they were up high today. So it looks promising for this evening, though.
Is the wind supposed to die down?
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
So, yeah.
You need a little bit of it now, though, because it's going to get hot.
Yeah, I'm going to take it. This pavement gets awfully warm.
It's going to get hot. It is hot.
Yeah.
We got really lucky this year with the weather, comparatively speaking to last year. I'll take it.
Yeah, we might. Now, you said something about at the end of the show you were going to jump in the dock dive thing, Doc Dogs.
Last year on Friday night, we had a storm blow up, and I was holding the Doc Dogs pop-up tent from going into the pool with the hopes of not flooding Logan County and at least downtown Lincoln. So I think I'll stay out of the pool, but to be honest, the amount of dog hair that's in there grosses me out.
So I want to now go back to the nitty-gritty of it.
Sure.
How this event takes a lot of work.
Yes.
And when does that all start? Sunday?
Yeah. We start meeting as a committee in March. We start meeting as a committee in March. Most of the subcommittees are already sending out sponsorship letters and working with their specific portions of the festival in January, trying to get out in front of everybody because sponsorship dollars are tight in every community nowadays, and so you try to get in front of people while their budgets are still full for their fiscal year. But we as a committee start getting together between March and April.
And it takes a lot of money and volunteers and everything to get this going.
Correct,
and
yep.
The volunteers are never enough.
Never enough. But those who have always do an exceptional job, and we are grateful for them. And a lot of times they come back year after year because they realize that it's a really great thing to be involved in, and they have a great time. So.
And plus, if you're a really good volunteer, you can ride around on a golf cart, which is cool.
That's right. That's fancy pants as we get that golf cart and get ourselves in and out of here.
And just ride around like I'm doing something.
Yeah. Hey, go for it. I will put you to work though if you're on a golf cart.
Yeah,
if you show up on a golf cart, that means you're willing to do something.
I have got a walkie-talkie at home that I will point, and I'll do this all the time, and I'm riding around.
Sounds accurate.
You know what I mean?
Yes.
Looking for food.
I was going to say, excuse me, I'm an official taste tester, please. I need to taste something before we turn that in.
I can make up a T-shirt that says security and ride around.
The security shirts.
Yeah, I like being security.
That's fancy. Yeah.
You know, we talked at the, as this is all going on, we were talking about the other day. Do you remember the first Balloon Fest downtown?
I can honestly tell you I do not. I didn't move into Lincoln until I was 12.
Well, let me tell you about it. Right down there where the stage is, we had Foghat, which is incredible.
Incredible, yeah.
And Foghat were in their day.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And somebody's charged security, and I'm doing stuff, this and that. And you know what my job was? I sat on a cooler on stage, and whenever somebody in Foghat would give me a look and give me a thumbs up,
feed them a beverage,
I would open it up, and they had ice-cold bottles of Budweiser in there, and I would run across the stage, open it, and set it down for them. I love the Balloon Fest.
My job was slightly different last night. I was running the water and the Coors Light cooler because Off the Wall is a sponsored Coors Light band. So I was running some Coors Light and some Tito's and Mountain Dew, which was
on the stage?
Stage last night. So that was a part of my job. So as the entertainment coordinator, I do work with the band contracts and make sure everything's taken care of from that. And yes, some of the requests in the back of those band contracts about specifics of what they need on stage and with them during their performances. It's pretty fun.
No green M&Ms.
No green M&Ms. No green M&Ms and some 5-hour energy. That's what we had last night.
I still have some drumsticks that the drummer, who's actually the only original guy left in Foghat,
that's pretty cool.
Gave me after the show.
That's pretty cool.
I remember Van Halen said that because you pay all these people money.
Yeah.
Van Halen started putting in there. We want M&Ms in our room, but no green ones.
Just to see if people would pay attention.
Well, no, they got completely out of paying contracts that way. There'd be green M&Ms in there, and they would say, "You messed up the contract. We're not paying you."
Yeah, well,
it wasn't done by them. It was a producer that was doing it. But
so I did last night. I will say, and this is not to sound braggadocious by any means, but I was pretty attentive to the band last night, and they said, "Do you know that you don't have to come back here every 45 minutes and see if we're okay?" And I said, "Well, I feel like we do. That's kind of, we paid you to be here, and you're providing a service to us." And he said, "Can we have everybody in Lincoln come to us at the rest of the festivals that we work and the other bands or the other places that we play?" And I said, "Well, sure. That sounds like a great job. I'll do that anytime." So
they were great. From
this stage this year is from out of Moline, but in years past we had always utilized a smaller 100 tent that was kind of all inclusive, and that tent was not available, or that stage was not available to us this year. So this was a friend of a friend of a friend who finally got me in touch with a guy that had a stage available. They're very hard to find stages in the area this time of the year with all the state fairs, the festivals, the back to schools, the et ceteras.
Oh, yeah.
So we had to dig a little bit to find this guy, but they've been fantastic to us. So
and I understand that you and the Bennetts just set it up, and will you be breaking it down?
We'll be down here. Just to put it on the radio for anyone who's listening, the stage will still be here until about 10, 11 11 o'clock tomorrow morning.
Oh,
the rest
that's
of
gonna start the
downtown, I
complaints.
know. The rest of downtown will get started tearing down pretty early tomorrow morning, but we will have the stage down by noon, and you will have full thoroughfare to get
So
yourself
if you're
to the
trying to
high
get
school
through
online.
there, if you're trying to get through there, what do you do?
You would go one block over, just
Okay,
one whole
just-
block over.
Yeah.
So just over a block
Yeah,
and then
just
up.
just one block over,
One
whichever
block
way you're
over.
going,
I
you
see.
can make it happen.
It's
You can have it.
confusing.
But I will make sure it's open before the kids have to go to
And
school.
it's
on
very
Monday.
inconvenient.
Yes, very inconvenient
Yes,
going
those
out
one-
at that
one
extra
block, but we'll get it taken care of before school starts on Monday.
We know all about that.
But
I'm sure you were complaining that you couldn't get to work on time.
he doesn't get to work on time anyway.
Listen,
it's
that's-
fine.
this is not what this show's about. Okay?
Honesty, integrity.
We don't have any of it.
No, none of that, especially honesty.
You cannot be on the
integrity.
radio if you're going to have any of those things.
Yeah, yeah.
And this is actually
show
YouTube.
business. It's serious.
It is. And you're on YouTube, so I hope you look nice.
I wasn't. It was part of the plan today, but you're welcome, everybody.
And, your mom and dad can watch this, so you better give them a shout.
They're in Wyoming, so
They can
I
go
will.
back and
I
watch
will,
it.
I will make sure they know that that I made my WLCN debut this morning.
Sir Charles.
Gotta be nosy.
Okay.
All right.
Watch all the barbecue competitions on TV all the time. I haven't.
Yep. We're actually on the radio, ma'am. We're on. We're actually on recording right now. You're gonna want that. Oh. Well, did it
Don't
well.
like it. You're on. It's fine.
That's all right.
That's pretty good. See, we like that.
I love that. I just was like, if it were me, I would have been mortified if someone hadn't told me if I'd have sat here and talked to you guys for 10 minutes and nobody said anything to me.
this
We
show?
just let it go.
Oh, man.
We're open to anything.
We like to have a little fun here, Michelle.
Oh, that's funny.
And you're, I would, no, we won't even ask that question. But, well, I was going to say, there's probably a lot of thank yous you'd like to give out there, but don't, because you'll leave somebody out, and then somebody will be mad at you.
We just really,
That's an unfair question.
For me, the thank you really has to come from the community, to the community, just for supporting and coming out and being present at any event that's thrown in Lincoln and Logan County. It allows for those of us that are trying to put on these events to go back to the community and ask for sponsorship dollars and volunteers and get responses because they are seeing that the community is asking for it and wanting it and finds value in it. So it's really the community that we need to thank and for coming out and continuing to support these things, and especially local artists and local bands themselves. 90% of the people participating in the food and that this weekend are downtown Lincoln businesses that depend on this weekend for foot traffic and the rest of it. And let's not forget our retail stores that are all down here as well are taking advantage of all this feet traffic. So it's great.
Sure.
Should do this every weekend.
Yeah. And the Art Institute, if you guys have not walked through the Art Institute in downtown Lincoln, it is free entrance, and it is one of the coolest places, little hidden gems that we have in
It's a cool
in
building.
this community.
You've done a great job
They
with
have
that
done
building.
a great job. Yeah.
Well, I guess that's all we've got for you.
That's all we got.
Well, I appreciate the ask.
Well, we've got a couple minutes here. Anything we want to throw out there that we might have missed?
Gosh, that's why I was trying to make sure I didn't thank. I do want to thank Jennifer Prather and the Park District that put on the 5K this morning.
5K. I saw you finishing.
Where'd you finish?
I was ahead of Michelle Bauer. I'll tell you that.
They did a great job, and Spirit of Republic always sponsors them for a drink after their run, so that's pretty fun. So they get to come
what
down.
better way to finish a 5K and a
with
craft beer?
Nice cold beer, yeah.
Now, could I wander in there and act like I had ran? And
Sure, and they stay open, so they're open now. Bloody Marys are being served from Spirited as we speak. But so that's fun.
And they are delicious.
They run from Wide Avenue and all the way here, and they do a great job in downtown. We appreciate that. And I would like to thank City Council and the County Board. They field a lot of calls with regards to street closures and the use of the parks and the use of the courthouse lawn. And so we appreciate the fact that they have teamed up with this event to make sure that it still happens. And the fire department, they've been really good about some of the street closures, it's not ideal for some of the firefighters to, in their guttural instinct to have some blockage of buildings and stuff, but they're really good and work with the downtown business owners to make sure that we can get to them safely. God forbid there's an accident. Same with Josh Gasparini and EMA. And then
we may as well thank the local law enforcement.
I was just going to say, and then Lincoln Police Department provides us some overtime guys in the evenings for extra security and does some foot details.
What about those county guys? They helping any?
They're nothing. No.
Well, that wasn't very nice.
They're nothing, she said.
We'll talk to the sheriff about that.
No, the sheriff is great. I happen to live with a sheriff's deputy, so that was in jest.
Yeah. So
also, I just got a message.
Yes.
There is a Sunday morning balloon launch.
There's a balloon launch on Sunday morning, and there's a Shady Car Show.
Car Show.
So Memorial
and
Park.
The Porsche car parade today ends downtown at 5, like you mentioned earlier.
Where's the Porsche car parade?
They're coming in from Atlanta. They're all meeting in Atlanta to do a Route 66 kind of thing, and they reached out to us last minute. We didn't know anything about it and said, hey, can we come out and do this thing? And is there a place for us to set up during this festival? And we thought, shoot, we'll find a place for you. So they're going to be over around Latham Park.
Nice.
So
excellent.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Well, nice job.
Yeah.
The streets are going to fill here shortly. It's still a little early. People will be wandering around here, hitting the concession stands, the vendors, and all the other things that people have to offer.
Yeah, and if you want an agenda of the event, you can find us on Facebook, but if you go to destinationlogancountyil.gov, that will have the itinerary on it, plus downtown there's a lot of, at the Logan County Professionals tent, we have postcards with a QR code. We can hand you that, and that QR code is going to go right to your phone and tell you everything, where to be and what times. So.
Sweet. He's got another one for you.
Oh.
I can't see it.
Another one?
Not on my
Another
readers.
one. .com is all I got.
Oh, it's not gov. See, sorry.
.com.
I should have made Alice be here. So LoganCountyIL.com. So Destination Logan County IL. See, it's too long. Destination LoganCountyIL.com is where you can find it.
Don't forget that.
Or on Facebook.
Don't forget it. And that's going to do it for us today. Downtown Lincoln. Get on out here. A lot of things to partake in. All kinds of vendors out here. Man, I want to just stay downtown all day today, Joe.
You won't stay downtown.
I got to get some AC, man. I'm sweating. Jim put us right out in the sun.
I think an athlete like yourself could take it, but
well,
maybe not.
I can take it, just not
for an hour.
Yeah, not for an hour. Sweaty. All right, that's going to do it for us here on the Cheap Seats. We'll talk to you next week.
Good day.
Live video streaming of this event is made possible in part by WLCN's live stream technology sponsor, Me Realty, located at 602 Keokuk Street in Lincoln, and online at merealty.com. The preceding program is a presentation of WLCN 96.3 FM and WLCNonline.com.